all he has to do is say, see bone.
Well, I can say that in here too.
Okay.
That's why you got the jerk.
Okay. Okay, I'm so nervous now. Oh, and singing. Coming to you live from Hollywood, California. Los Angeles brings you A Day in the Life of, starring Marcus Willis as host Henry London, Cedric Johnson, and Jasmine Lofton as Dennis and Rachael Hagan. And as always, I'm your Jane of all trades, Dominique Breckenridge herself as Starlet Betty Gray, saying hello and good evening, folks. And now let's look into my dressing room, where it seems someone is approaching the door now. Wouldn't that be ducky if you could really beam over the earth we live in and view what's going on below on a screen? Gee, what an evolution in technology that would be, huh? Maybe not. Here we in hey the anime. Here we in hey the anime. Here we are, here we are, we are. Well, now that I've put on my costume for my next number in the picture, I'm going to rest up a bit before they call me out. Holding your breath while sucking it in for 20 minutes may be all right to fit a size 8 into a size 5, but it's surely inconvenient for blowing bubbles in your milk. Oh, well.
Betty, quick. Close the shades, black out all the lights, lock the doors, and hide in the closet.
Martha, you should really see a doctor about that cold in your throat. It's turning from frog to Walter Pigeon.
Shh, don't give me away, Betty. It's Henry.
Henry? What are you doing in my dressing room and in that makeup?
From Lana Turner. I exchanged a favor.
What did she owe you?
I owed her. She collected to see me in a dress and makeup. She said she was hard up for a wisecrack and hadn't had a laugh in weeks. I just had to get in here, Betty. You see, I was passing your dressing room.
Then why didn't you?
Why so hard up, Betty?
Because every time you come barging in here recently, there's trouble afoot.
Next time there'll be trouble at hand. Now, hurry, Betty. There isn't a moment to wait. Keep me under wraps, will you?
I'll keep you under something, Henry. I'd love to play the Man Called X with you, but I have a picture that the studio happens to want finished. I have all new dialogue I have to run lines for, and truth be told, Henry, your Herbert Marshall impersonations sound more like Charlie McCarthy than a British agent.
This is no audition, woman. I've been compromised since last night when I was walking home on my way from the studio. I felt a shadow over me.
Well, that's logical. Orson Welles does have that looming effect.
Cut off it, Betty. Be serious. Orson Welles hasn't played the shadow since 1938. Charlie McCarthy, he's not even English. Betty, honestly, someone really is trying to follow me.
And my dressing room so happened to be in the way of your escape? Right. All right, Henry, if you insist, I'll put on the popcorn.
Popcorn? What for?
Well, this sounds much too much like a situation George Raft would find himself in a movie, and through my career, I've always wanted to meet Humphrey Bogart.
What are you talking about?
Hey, Henry, I know you act in them, but don't you watch the movies?
As the most talented actor ever known, why should I? I'm not Dennis. Hollywood don't know what to do.
And he's an actor.
As the most talented actor ever? Why should I? I'm not Dennis. Hollywood just doesn't know what they're missing.
Move house points, Olivier. Oh, I'm sure they know, Henry. I answered the wanted ad myself.
Wanted ad?
Yep. It was posted right outside the studio when I came into work only last week, with a picture of Dennis and the caption, "Don't let this happen to you. Extremely dangerous. Backstreet Bunkhouse Bowery Boy wannabe bandit have been seen as Charlie Chan, Andy Hardy, Nancy Drew, and Lassie, trying to gain access onto studio lots across Los Angeles and some theaters in New York."
How'd you like that? Only a child would mistaken Dennis Torchy Blaine for Nancy Drew. I watched him sneak into it. I watched him sneak onto that set personally, but I don't have time to argue out this mistaken identity.
Who is it? Henry. Although I love the sport, I am not a halfback for the American Football League, nor have I had onions for dinner. Please take your knee out of my back and your hand away from my mouth.
You don't hear too good, do you, Betty? For the last 5 minutes, I've been trying to tell you, someone is after me. The more I think about it, don't you realize that whoever is on the other end of that door may be trying to put me in harm's way? Do away with me?
I'm about to in about 5 seconds.
Set me up for life?
Mm-hmm.
Silence me permanently?
Well,
our friendship should be protected by the strong upper arm of this outfit. You answer it, will you, Betty?
me?
Come on, Betty. You know my arm was sore from the ball game I was playing with the kids down the block from a flat last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
Lord.
Brother, he wouldn't have even been in that game if the O'Reilly son wasn't stuck at home with a case of the measles. Major League Baseball saved me from Lou Finney. Oh, hello, Rachel.
Hey, Betty. I thought I'd swing by your dressing room on my break to see if you wanted to take lunch with me.
Gee, I'd love to, Rachel, but I won't see lunch for another day break from now. I have to go over to my set right away. Maybe Henry will go with you.
He's on the lot today?
Yeah. Hey, what brings you to the studio today anyway? Frankenstein meets Sandy Hardy or Dracula does Broadway?
No, I'm on home for a few weeks. They sent me over here to help out with a production they're shooting on Stage 11, a musical with Count Basie, Cap Calloway, and Benny Goodman.
Hey, that's my set. I'm working on the production today.
I didn't know you had company. Excuse me, miss. Goodbye, Betty. I'll go find him.
Rachel, it's me, Henry.
I don't believe it.
It's him, all right. Just raise the shades and turn on the lights.
Oh, all quiet on the western front again?
No, I was a male war bride.
Judy.
Wrong movie, right actor, and the line is up for debate. Well, Rachel, I'll leave you with the third man, Holly Martin, and Harry Lime. I'm wanted on the set.
All right, Henry, you can pull up the shades now. The U.S. Navy just pulled out about an hour ago.
Jeez. I am glad to see you on the other end of that door, Rachel, and not the thin man.
I don't think Dennis is permitted on the premises.
Listen, Henry, I don't know what this is all about, but as I was walking out of my dressing room, a man jumped out of the bushes and gave me this, saying, "You've been served 90 days or $90.
$90? They can't do that to me. I bought that watch on wholesale.
What? You mean you didn't pay $90 for it?
Absolutely not. It was $89.95.
What I want to know is how does that man mistake Henry for Dennis? As Henry posing as you? Other than the matching stockings, the legs are definitely different.
I'll have you know, my legs won first place in the battle for... Oh, never mind. That man must be crazy.
That's what I told him. He said something about, "Don't try that one on me, mister. I've seen your Dorothy Dandridge sisters impersonations before."
How'd you like that? Not only did they mistake Dennis Torchy for Nancy, they mistaking my Lena for Dorothy and Dorothy for you. Betty, you're counting money. Are you going to pay off my payment? You know, a gentleman wouldn't take such an offer. Good thing I wasn't born in England. The good old Brooklyn, New York, USA raised me right. How much you got, Betty?
The Bronx is up and the battery's down. No, Henry, it's not that. I just wanted to see how much money I have on me, because I'd pay to see what's going on in that head of yours. It seems you have a case of the Dennis.
It came all of a sudden.
Boy, did it.
Wait, you mean actually pay cash to see that?
Mm-hmm.
I wondered what that would be worth. Better call Dennis down at Buck's garage to check. He's got a cousin that works as a window cleaner at the county hospital. He must have looked into hundreds of medical cases. Even tried to get me down there once.
You have no idea how it feels when no one's laughing. Henry, what are you wondering about?
Oh, nothing. Listen, Betty, I'll catch you later. See you around, Rachel. But before I go, how'd you like to meet at the end of our shoot today and grab something to eat? I'll pay for it.
Sure, that sounds fine. Wait a minute. The last time that was offered to me, it didn't steak over just right.
Medium rare?
No, I don't mean that. You know what I mean. You're always stressing about being a bachelor. Good meals are hard to come by. Ask my agent. There's something fishy somewhere.
Hey! Leave my personal aroma out of this. I told you I was shooting on that musical on stage 11. Esther Williams did her dance in the lake and I was her fish.
All right, Henry, if you say so. Dinner it is. See you around the gate around 6 o'clock. AM or PM is questionable.
All right, Johnny. Get it? Johnny? O'clock? That was good. We ought to use that. Move over, Red Skeleton. I'm shaking bones tonight.
Goodbye, Henry. Hi, Rachel. Finished with your stuff?
Yeah, piano, band, Heidi-ho and all.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Can I?
come on in. I'll tell you from the start, there's no need to hold my top. I'm leaving here in 5 minutes with or without you, Henry. After 16 hours in the same dress, I'm ready to blow my bubbles in my milk.
This won't take long. I came in place of Dennis. He has a proposal for you.
A proposition?
Proposition.
Wow,
He
well,
has a proposition.
proposal, proposition, whatever it is, I'm not interested. Where is the backstreet buckhouse Bowery boy wannabe bandit?
Down at the gate trying to talk to studio security into investigating the mummy meets market.
Dennis feels awful with all the trouble he's been getting into recently between Trixie Liver and shots with the slingshots and the buckshots.
Whoopsie.
So he sent us to make amends.
Mm-hmm.
He thought you wouldn't want to see him none too soon.
None too early either, or none too later. Listen, not now. My feet are dead tired from standing all day, and I'm not interested in a walk-it-yourself car.
For your information, that's a perfectly good idea, and I got no complaints from the voice.
Of course not. What do they have to squawk about? It was their feet doing the barking.
To his credit, he sold every walk-it-yourself car they had.
Yeah, I heard the amount of toddler drivers are going up.
Never mind. Do you want to hear the proposal or not?
Not.
I'm glad you said that. Hiya, Betty.
Oh, God. Hello, Nancy. Hello, chump.
Explain to Betty your scheme. I mean, your. Go ahead and explain this.
As you know, Betty, I've been trying to get my resume in to see the studio for a long time now.
Is that all? Well, Dennis, you've done that moreover than once. Why, your resume have been in the inside of the studio dumpsters on every occasion.
Right, Betty. The way you talk, someone would think I couldn't act. I was in the Joan Crawford picture.
Dennis, it's been 2 years. Are you still dishing that out? It was only your hand and your sleeve, and they were cut out of the shot.
He says all of his best scenes were left on the cutting room floor.
Is that where they're throwing them these days? Well, I wish I would have known that before I set out my waste paper basket.
Cut the routine, Betty. We're not McCarty and Mortimer, and you're not Bergen.
Oh, no? Then how come I saw your name in the casting office when word got wind that Bergen's looking for a new dummy?
He wasn't petitioning for the job. Dennis can cut him a deal on some lumber.
Rachel, what did I bring you here for?
I don't know, I'm with stupid.
And I'm with you.
And I'm with both of you. Now look, this is all good and fine, but what does this acting resume have to do with me?
Dennis figured one service could turn another. An exchange in good faith, if you will. Dennis heard you were doing some remodeling at your house.
How did he hear that?
He told me so last week, remember?
No, I didn't. The only person other than my agent and the manager that knows is Sammy Davis Jr. While he was touring with Mickey Rooney, I was... No, you?
You'd be surprised what a tight suit will do.
Like the one he'll get slapped with if Sammy finds out.
Another favor, another wisecrack, another laugh. Never leave a door open.
Anyhow, Betty, in Dennis's redemption and with my recent misfortune with the wristwatch, I've seek the good advice, Zool, from an exemplary man like Dennis.
Dennis! You have no idea how it feels for nobody but you. Continue.
In the example of Dennis, we've decided to join efforts in clearing up our debts to society.
Henry, America's lent out enough money already, and frankly, I don't think the good old US of A has enough cash to loan you to make good on that deal, boy.
I mean, walk a straight and narrow.
Sure, Dennis is tall and lanky. There's no other way. What's your excuse?
I think you will keep your leftover jokes to yourself. What I'm trying to tell you, Betty, Dennis will do your floors cheaper than anybody else you can get to do them. And me as his advisor,
Oh, boy.
I'll match anyone's price.
Can you?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, we can. Can we? Can we?
I'm asking you.
Take a look at this.
All right.
All you have to do is fill out this form with the competitor's name, address, type of flooring, thickness, size, color, texture, width, height, price, written estimate, vital content, footage, warranty, service, letterhead, on the paper used on the competitor's estimate.
What was that?
On the competitor's estimate and signature. That's what I need right now. Signature.
You sure you didn't leave anything out? Like date of birth, social security, blood type, laundry detergent, closest living relative, favorite food, brand of toothpaste, dress size, name of dog, when last seen, and foot in the rear.
Quit making with the jokes.
I sure will as soon as you quit chewing with the food. If that was a joke, I better get to laughing because after the list you gave me, I'm about 10 pages behind.
No, on the level. I gotta get all this information from you. Dennis is really trying to do a professional job.
How else do you expect me to rip the other guy, compete with the other guy?
Dennis, the more we know, the better of a deal I can give you. Why? By filling out this form. I can go as low as 50 cents of what your competitor is wanting to charge you.
50 cents? 50 cents of what? Is per square foot? Per block? Per
overall price.
Overall price? Get out, Henry. I'd rather sign the line with the devil and Daniel Webster. Get out of here immediately.
But Betty,
You know what? Henry! Get your things out of this house right now, or I'll throw them out into the street and you with them. Get out before I kill you.
we're still going to eat, aren't we?
Boy, what a day. I am glad to get out of that studio.
Thank you for forgiving me after that little episode I pulled back there at the studio today. That's the last time I'll take a vitamin for this. Vitamin for this.
You took some more than some vitamins, boy. Forget about it, Henry. All is forgiven. Once we get something to eat, Wait a minute. Henry, this is a supermarket. I thought you were taking me to dinner.
I am, baby.
There must have been a little rat in that lake too, huh? Because fish isn't the only thing that smells around here.
No, baby, this will only take a minute. As a matter of fact, here we are now. Oh, baby, I can't see too good. What did that owl say?
Baking.
I couldn't hear you say, what did you say?
Baking?
Baking? The owl's baking?
Don't you understand, Henry? Look, I'll bake.
You will? Well, come on. Let's pick out some stuff so you can cook.
Oh, no, you don't. You're not getting me out on that limb again.
I'm not interested in where you're spending your evenings, Betty. I'm talking business. My stomach and appetite is the current agenda on the docket.
Henry, when I need an innuendo, I'll ask Rachael Marks.
And the next time I'm looking to be entertained, I'll find Gypsy Rose Lee.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Kevin Corn, Pete,
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. Must I always spell things out for you, Jane Eyre? Must I always spell things out for you, Jane Eyre?
I don't know. I've never read the book, but I played the role on stage.
Hey, don't you understand what I'm trying to get through to you?
Henry, that look in your eye, that sound of your voice, are you trying to say that you find me attractive in more than a friendly way?
Well, does it make a difference? What I mean to say is, will it get the ingredients mixed together any faster?
Are you talking it up? Why, yes, Henry, I believe it will.
Then yes, Betty. Yes, I find you very attractive.
Wonderful, Henry.
Boy, I'm going to eat a full course meal tonight. She's walking over to the eggs, the flour, cooking all, rolling pin. Must be to roll the dough with. Gee, Betty, I see you got all the stuff to cook with. Ready to use it?
Yes, right now.
Betty, what are you doing? Don't crack the eggs in the store. You'll get... What's that egg yolk? Betty, the flour. You're blowing it in my face. Oh, cookie all. The grease. Betty, I think you got the wrong idea. You're supposed to cook.
Oh, I am. If you haven't seen the steam blowing from my top, then take a good whiff through the smoke. I plan on cooking for an hour.
What does that mean?
Goodbye.
Hey, Betty!
As the sound of applause brings about the pause, one can tell what's next. Because in case you missed it, you know I'll dish it, or by now haven't you the slightest guess. I'll share what I know, if I may. That's right, guys and dolls, it's Newsflash with Betty Gray. I saw that rhyme, didn't you? Once deemed box office fraud to box office poison, the blink and you miss it, that slap in the face right there on the screen, Joan Crawford packs the biggest punch a dame can lay when she makes on the role to end all roles Mildred Pierce. One line sets the whole movie in motion and seals the fate of...
Mildred.
Or does it? I suggest you better watch and find out, as the film premieres September 24th, 1945, and opens 1 month later on October 20th. That same year of 1945, a former co-star of Joan Crawford's in the 1935 I Live My Life, Mr. Brian O'Hearn plays the Saint S. sleuth Simon Templar in the radio mystery series. Breaking news, jazz extraordinaire, pianist, organist, composer, singer, and comedian, when the occasion fits. One never knows, does one? Entertainer Thomas Wright Waller, better known as Fats Waller, dies December 15th, 1943 on a train near Kansas City, Missouri from pneumonia, where he was on his way back to Hollywood to do more films. Waller had just finished appearing on the radio program The Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, Chase and Sanborn Hour. Just 10 days prior, he was 39 years old. I say with regret that I must let our tete-a-tete come to a close, but don't show a sad face for me, because before you know what hit you, I'll be here in just a few more facts, trivia, and news. So ta-ta for now, and I'll see you again next week.
Thanks, Betty. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls, blokes and dames.
Watch it, Henry. There's only so many names you can call someone before you call them someone.
I wonder if DB got off the train all right.
I'm sure he did. He told me he was getting his life on the straight and narrow and returning back home.
Hey, gang, I got a note from DV.
Hey, what's it say?
I'm not quite sure if I understand it right.
Will you mind if I see it, Rachael? Hello, Dennis and Rachael. Thanks for looking out for me during my stay. Hope to see you all soon. Couldn't leave according to plan. Met a stranger on the train. That'll make a nice title. Gone fishing. Dennis Von Dexter Hagen.
Must have swamped all the way back home. Swam. Must have swam. Must have swam all the way back home.
Good night, everybody. Breckenridge in person, and that means in person, reminding you that all the women's wardrobe in tonight's episode were provided by my line, Dominique Private Collection. In addition to myself, you have just heard the voices and the sounds and the noises of Marcus Willis as Henry London, Jasmine Lofton as Rachel Hagen, and Cedric Johnson as Dennis Hagen. Be sure to tune in next week, same time, same place, less noise. Until then, I'll be in tune. This has been a Dominique Preview production. Good night, everybody.
He's on the lot today.
Yeah, hey, what? Wait, say that one more time. You're surprised he's on the lot. Okay.
I just had to get her. I just had to get in here, Betty. Now hurry up, Betty. There isn't a moment to wait. Keep it up. Hey, let's just.
Okay. We're gonna take that from
Last time there'll be
Wow,
we're
Betty.
gonna take
The way you talk, someone should think he could act. He was in the Joan Crawford picture.
It's a typo. Just say, well, by the way you talk, someone would think we're just gonna wait to get bored. Boy, if this was live, they'd boo us right off stage, boy. Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. How did he hear that?
You told me last week, remember?
I'm about to say, do I got another voiceover? Do it again right there. Hey, leave my personal aroma out of this. I told you I was shooting on that musical on stage 11. Esther Williams.
What stage did you come from?
Hey, leave my personal agenda. Oh, shucks. Hey, leave my personal aroma out of this. I told you I was shooting down. I was shooting on.
Here it goes. Get you a good swing, boy. This is what happens when we happen live.